Okay, let's go ahead and get started in child's pose on the back of the mat. We'll have our big toes together and our knees wide apart. Walk the hands out and then relax the forehead down onto the mat. Here you'll take some deep inhales and exhales, relaxing and melting into this pose. And then go ahead and come up onto the fingertips. We'll walk the hands over to the left as much as you can here. Then you'll place the right hand over the left and relax your forehead down onto your arms. If it feels good and you like a deeper sensation, then you can begin to work your right shoulder towards the ground here. We'll walk it over to the right side, planting that left hand over the right. Go ahead and begin to lower your head. And again, if it feels good, go ahead and lower that left shoulder towards the ground for a deeper stretch in that side body. Okay, here we can go ahead and begin to walk back to center. And then we'll lift the hips up, come into a tabletop position. Here we'll have the shoulders over the wrists. You can adjust your knees so they're hip width apart. And then from here, you're going to begin to tuck the toes, lower the hips down towards the heels. Shift your weight over to the right, and then over the wrists, to the left. Just moving here in a slow motion, big circular motion. Then we go opposite direction. And here, go ahead and meet me in center, neutral spine. We're gonna begin some cat-cows. So you can do whatever with your toes. You can untuck or tuck them. And then here you're gonna inhale, gaze up, arch that spine. Exhale, round through the spine. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, gaze up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then exhale as you round through the spine. Go at your own pace, using the breath as your guide. Inhaling as you gaze up, exhaling as you round, tucking that chin to your chest. Okay, right here, we're gonna come back to neutral spine. Plant your right hand in the center of the mat. Left hand comes behind the head. Inhale, elbow goes towards the ceiling. Exhale, you lower and close. Maybe that left elbow taps the right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Last one here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we extend the arm, point the fingers towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring that left arm under the right. Lower the left ear down towards the mat. You can adjust your right hand here. And we're just in this position, stretching the spine, the upper back. Your right hand can be used here as a kickstand to help you get deeper into this twist, or it can also be overhead, straight, extended, so you can get like a double stretch. Whichever variation feels good to you is the one you should go for. Okay, if your hand is away from you, go ahead, bring it towards you. Press off that right hand. Inhale, lift that left arm back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, lower. We plant the left hand in the center, right hand behind the head. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, close and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Inhale, lift. We hold it here. Exhale, extend the arm, point the fingers, gaze past the fingertips, and exhale, thread the needle here. Bring that right arm under the left, adjusting that left hand as needed, and then relaxing that right ear towards the mat. Choosing the variation that feels good to you. Okay, go ahead. Bring the left hand close to you if it's away, and then press into the left hand. We press up, lifting that right hand up towards the ceiling as you inhale, and then exhale, lower that right hand back down. Good. From here, we're going to keep our hips stacked over our knees, and then we're going to walk the hands out for a puppy pose. Lowering the forehead down onto the mat here. This can be a deep sensation, so you're just going to extend your inhales and exhales here. Good. Here we're going to open your fingers wide, grip the mat, and then arch that spine so you're lifting the shoulders up, kind of like in a scared cat, cow. And then exhale, you're going to lower the chest down like a cow. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. We're just going to keep moving in this dynamic movement, making space and opening up our shoulders. Moving slow and intentional. We'll do one more, and then go ahead and completely relax and melt into this puppy. Lowering the forehead down to the mat. Okay, let's go ahead and give our shoulders some break so we can begin to walk the hands up into this tabletop, and then you can lower your hips down to your heels. We'll come into this seated position. Okay, let's do some shoulder shrugs here. So we're going to lift the shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, down. And then we're just going to be creating this fluid movement of shrugging the shoulders in this circular motion. Just in one direction. And then go ahead and go opposite direction. Good, go ahead and completely relax the shoulders here. We can tilt our head over to the right, working on some neck stretches. And then go ahead and lower your chin down to your chest. And then over to the left. If it feels good, maybe you drop the head back, lifting the chin up towards the ceiling. And then back to the right. So we're just going to go in this circular motion. Just in one direction for now. And then go ahead and go opposite direction. Good, go ahead and drop your chin down to your chest. Maybe you gently press the back of your head so you get a deeper sensation. Bring your head back up to neutral. Here, clasp your hands behind your back, and then pull your hands away, bringing the shoulders back, hugging the shoulders together, and then lifting the chest. Maybe you drop the head back here, and you're in a slight back bend. If this feels good, you can fold forward and see if you can lift those hands overhead as you drop the forehead down to the mat, getting a nice stretch in the shoulders. Good. Go ahead and come back up. We're going to go back to puppy pose to come into tabletop, but this time we're going to do one arm at a time. So we're going to start with the right hand. We're going to go onto the pinky, the outer edge of the hand here. So it's kind of like a karate chop motion. Bring the right arm towards the edge. And then this left hand, you can use it as you lower yourself down, right ear to mat. Again, keeping those hips over your knees. And this can be a very deep sensation if you're tight in your shoulders. So just increase your inhale, especially your exhale. Okay, use that left hand to bring that right arm back up. We'll do the other side. Left arm, outer edge. The pinky, go ahead, use that right hand to lower yourself down, left ear to mat. And breathe. press into the right hand, bring yourself back up. We're in tabletop position. And then from here we can come back to the center of the mat. And then here, lift your hips up for a downward facing dog. Good, in your downward facing dog, you want to have more of a wider stance if you're new. So your feet are further than your hip width apart and your arms are further than your shoulder width apart. You can bend the knees and then press your chest towards your thighs and gaze past the back of your mat. Once that feels good, you can begin to try and extend your legs, maybe one at a time, pedaling the feet here. And you can always adjust your downward facing dog. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you can adjust your hands and feet. And then you can find stillness in this downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Good. Go ahead and walk the hands to the back of the mat here. Take hold of opposite elbows with opposite hands. Bend the knees. You're in ragdoll, let the head hang heavy. Then here, sway side to side. Good, then go ahead and begin to roll yourself up into standing very slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Come up to standing. From here, we roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up here. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the elbows, fingers spread wide. And then exhale, bring those elbows together, round the spine, tuck your chin down to your chest. Inhale, open up, puff the chest forward, bring the shoulders together, maybe it's slight back bend. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, close. Here we keep the hands together and then bend the knees, begin to lower your hands down to the mat. Forward fold. Maybe you straighten the legs here or bend one at a time. Good, go ahead and walk into a high plank. Inhale here, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Downward facing dog. High plank. Downward facing dog. High plank. We hold it here. And then go ahead and drop your right knee. Extend that left leg to the side, plant the left foot, and then here, you're gonna walk your hands over to the right, ground the right hand, and then lift the left arm overhead, extended overhead. I'll give you a better view. Here you're gonna make a fist, bring that elbow down to your ribs, and extend. Bring the elbow down to your ribs, extend. Again, one more time, bring the elbow down to your rib, and then extend. Here, act as if your fingers are pulling away from your body for one final stretch of the side body. And then go ahead, lower the left hand down. We walk the hands back to center to the front of the mat. From here, you can tuck those back toes, your right toes, and then begin to shift the hips back towards your heel. And then forward to that tabletop and back in this dynamic movement. Going at your own pace here. lingering wherever you feel is necessary. Good. From here, we're going to meet in center. We're going to bend that left knee, bring it back to us, but we're going to lift it up and around, creating this circular motion with your knee for some hip circles. Going in one direction, and then go ahead and go opposite direction. Good, and then here we're going to plant it back over to the left, but this time your foot and your knee are going to point to the left. So I'll give you a better view. Here, everything's pointing to the left. You come up to standing, hands on your hips, and then we're going to shift the weight over to that left foot for a hip stretch. Back to center. Exhale as you shift your weight. Good. Now we can go ahead and bring that leg back and then go into our downward facing dog. We'll do the other side. First, let's start with some high planks. High plank, downward facing dog. High plank, downward facing dog. A high plank, downward facing dog. High plank, we hold it here. Drop the left knee, right leg extends to the side, and then we walk the hands over to the left, left hand grounds down, right arm extends overhead. Make a fist, and then we bring that elbow down to the ribs, extend overhead. We bend the elbow towards the rib, extend. One more time. Extend. Here, act as if your fingers are pulling away from your body for one final stretch. And then go ahead and lower that right hand down and walk back to center. Tuck the left toes and begin to shift your hips back. Back in this dynamic movement. Good, meet me in center. We're gonna bend that right knee, bring it towards us, and then begin to go into some hip circles in one direction. Using that knee to make big, wide circles. Go opposite direction. And then we're going to go ahead and plant it over to the right. Right foot, right knee points to the right. Hands up on your hips. Exhale, shift the weight. Good, bring it back and shift. Going at your own pace here. Good, lower the hands down, bring the foot back, find downward facing dog. Take some deep inhales and exhales here. We're gonna drop the knees, shift the shins over to the left side, and then come into a seat. So your legs are off to the side here, and then reposition your legs so you're in mermaid seat. So your legs are just staggered here. One knee is bent and then the other one off to the side. From here, you're gonna plant the right hand down beside you and then lift the left hand overhead. Other side as you exhale. Inhale as you go to the other side. Good. From here, we're going to bring our left foot to meet our right for a butterfly pose. And then here you can sit tall. And I don't usually feel anything in butterfly, so what I like to do is I grab hold of my feet with my right hand, use my left hand to press my left knee away as I shift over to the right. So I have a nice opening here in the hip on the left side. Other side. Now shift your legs over to the right for mermaid. And then here we can do this again. Left hand on the ground. All right, from here, we're going to extend the legs out in front of you. We're going to sit tall. And then here, flex the feet. Bring your hands to your shins and then begin to shift forward here for a hamstring stretch. Maybe you reach for your toes, your shins, side of the mat, whatever feels good to you. And then if you feel good, you can go ahead, drop your chin down to your chest, and this will give you a nice upper back stretch. You can gently begin to come back up to a seat. And then we can scoot the hips forward onto the mat and then lay on our backs. From here, we're going to go into figure four. So we're going to bring the left ankle over the right thigh. And then if this feels good, you can stay here. If you like a deep sensation, you can reach through and hug your right hamstring. And then flex that left foot. You can let the right foot hang. And this gives you a nice stretch on that left glute. Okay, we'll do the other side. So drop that right foot, release that left one gently. Right ankle over the left thigh. You can stay here, or you can reach through, pull that left hamstring towards you for a deeper sensation. And then breathe. And release. We'll keep that right knee, hug it in towards your chest, extend that left leg on the mat. Hug that right knee, maybe you sway side to side. And then switch. Hugging the left knee, extend the right leg. Rocking that knee side to side. And hugging both knees at the same time. We create a little ball here with your body, rounding. And then go ahead and release. Extending the legs onto the mat, arms by your sides, palms facing up. Feel free to stay here for a few minutes, closing the eyes, focusing on your breath. relaxing the mind, taking this time for yourself as much as you need.